Many of you may know that I just got back from a 1,100-mile trip through the back roads to Kentucky on my beautiful 2024 Road Glide, and I'll tell you what, it went great. But there are a few things that, well, let's just say could have went a little bit better. And today I'm going to share them with you because you know what? They are totally avoidable. So I thought about 4 things that I should have, could have, and would do different on the next ride that I am taking across rural America. And I gotta tell you, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk about these 4 things, I think, because these are the things that kind of stuck out, and one of them happened to be gas. Because honestly, I never thought I had a problem keeping my gas tank full until I watched a couple of video clips of me almost running out of gas, and people starting to comment about gas. And I'm like, I don't have a gas problem. And I just got on my bike because I have not ridden in 2 weeks. I'll explain that in a minute. And I'm like, I need gas. So maybe the first thing to admit is you have a problem. Hi, my name is BoDean 52, and I have a keeping my gas tank full problem that I'm going to work on. All right, so by the way, pardon the little bit of the voice. As many of you know, I was in Kentucky with some buddies for a week. I came back and went to Vegas for a week for business, and came back, and let me just say that everything that happens in Vegas doesn't stay in Vegas, because I've been recovering from the big C here for a week. So I am finally in the clear, and I got to get some air, no doubt. So but I think that on this trip it was so fantastic that there are a couple things, and I think they were small at the time, but could be a big deal. And the first one was gas. So on day 1, I went through Michigan, a little bit of Michigan, and then mostly through the rural roads of Ohio, which was fantastic. And one of the things I didn't realize, and I set my map up not specifically on any roads, other than, hey, I don't want anything gravel, no construction, and I went 0 interstates, right? And I didn't realize that there was, at times, at least 100 miles or 125 miles in between local gas stations. Holy crap, turkey! I almost killed that thing. Holy crap. Did you see that? Focus, BoDean, focus. Man, I'm only a minute in and I'm only yelling focus at myself. That thing, wow. So I wonder if those things think like chicken. That's not is that a turkey, a goose? I don't know. My farming friends, please help me out. I got issues other than the gas. So I realized that, holy crap, there's not like gas stations out. And I know I probably could hit the map thing and said, where's the nearest gas station? And I went by the first one and didn't think it was that big deal. I had like a half a tank. I'm like, I'll catch the next one. I'm rolling, having fun, listening to music, talking to you guys. I mean, it was all good. And then the gas started to become a little bit of a problem. So, needless to say, I fortunately did not run out. But I realized not only are there no gas stations when you do that, there's no place to eat. Now, I saw 2 gas stations for 210 miles and 1 ice cream place. No restaurants, no place to eat, nothing. Now, it probably would have been a good idea, maybe, to bring a snack too. I should have stopped at the ice cream place, but I'm like, again, I'm out there going, come on, there's gonna be a restaurant. Someone's gonna come in, I can stop, it'll be great. Nope, nothing. Fortunately, I caught the second gas station. So I'm in line, and some dude's in there with his family, and he's coming in to refresh his drinks from his boating day. And he says, is that your bike? I'm like, yeah, it's my bike. He's like, that's nice. We just chatted for a few minutes. I go, hey, dude, y'all got any restaurants in Ohio or gas stations? And he looked at me, he laughed. He goes, yeah, there's like 15 of them 2 miles up the road. I'm like, damn. So my other issue was power. And I'm talking about power specifically for my cell phone. And let me explain. So on the 2024 Road Glides, it comes with Apple CarPlay, which is super cool. To do that though, you have to put this little device in right here that fools the bike thinking you have a headset, which is freaking awesome. I absolutely love it. The challenge is it takes up your power cord. So my phone got just a little bit low, and I'm like, that's no problem. I'll just unplug that. I'll use the GPS that's on my phone, and we will go ahead and power the phone that way. Well, you know what? It started to rain, and it started to rain good, which created a problem for me. So I had to basically take the phone off, plug it in, and fortunately I made it and it was fine. But there's a little bit of time I was like, I wish I had another way to power the phone, and I actually do. So I want to at least introduce you guys briefly to this product that was sent to me. It's from Egretech. It's a portable power station. I'm going to give you a little more details on this thing here in a little bit, but if I had this thing on my bike, I could easily power this. I could have plugged in and powered my drone. There's a million different places to plug in. This thing is pretty fantastic. I'm going to show you a couple details on that thing here, but that would have definitely helped my power issue for sure. So the third thing, which is really, really dumb, is motorcycle boots. As a matter of fact, today, I don't know if you can see these, I have on the new Indy Ridge Armstrong full leather ventilated boots. We'll be talking about that at another time, but man, I will tell you what, these things are without a doubt the most comfortable boot, at least in the first 100 miles or so, that I have had on yet. I've had plenty of them, but let me tell you what an idiot I am. So my wife contends that I can never give her a hard time about having too many shoes because I may or may not have a lot of motorcycle boots. Now, half of which I don't even wear, which makes no sense, so I should donate those things, first of all. But on this ride, I kind of, and I was proud of myself because I was all prepared, had the bike set up, had everything to go. Believe it or not, I had gas. Yeah, I know. I'm going to a gas station. So, when I decided to put my boots on, I'm like, okay, let me just go ahead and throw on my typical go-to boots, which is Indy Ridge boots. I have multiple Indy Ridge boots, and again, I just told you about these things. They're freaking, may go to the top of the list real quick. These are ventilated, so super nice on a day that it's 95 in Michigan. But I do have one pair of old Harley boots I've had, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, that are also super comfortable. But they're not waterproof. And for some reason I'm like, no big deal. I'm gonna throw these on. Let me ride with these just to see how it goes, you know. Actually, I don't know what the heck I was thinking, right? Because one, I normally don't wear those, and number two, I knew that if it was gonna rain, I had a problem. Because the last time I went on a trip, this one with my beautiful bride, Mrs. BoDean, we got drenched, like drenched. We had to stop at a hotel, dry ourselves out for just awful, right? So I'm like, it'll be okay. Not okay. Not okay. Day 2, rain, a lot of rain. Pull into our Airbnb, and my feet are just flipping soaked. So, lesson learned, make sure you get the right footwear. Now, a buddy of mine who was on the trip, Ty from Tennessee, you should check out his channel. He's an amazing dude and a great channel. And so he had these little boots that I guess you can get from Harley that kind of come up over your boot and keep you dry, you know. Motorcycle condom boots is what I call them. I know it's a PG channel. I'm kidding. So that would be cool. But what would have been better is if I would have just put on my Indy Ridge boots and rode those, because they're not only comfortable but they're waterproof. So I think it's the Crows I wear normally. I got a couple different pair that I go back and forth with. But yeah, in other words, don't be like me. Take the right boots. And the fourth thing, and proof that I got gas. I don't know about you guys, but I wear prescription sunglasses and a dark visor. And sometimes, well, it's a problem. So I wear prescription glasses and sunglasses. Just never had a good luck with contact lenses at all. And smooth corner, BoDean, smooth corner. Just never had luck with them at all. And when I got my last eye exam and needed to do some upgrades, I decided to get a second pair of sunglasses. One that I keep in my truck, and then one that I keep on my motorcycle, so I don't have to play around, move them around and stuff. So I took off easy with my sunglasses and my dark shield, and everything was good because I keep my dark shield on pretty much exclusively. And there's a couple things that caused a problem with, and not a huge problem, but did cause a problem with. So one of the stops that we had, and we've joked about this before, is the boys and I went through the Nada Tunnel, and which is basically pitch black. And you know, you're fortunately usually the bike in front of you is doing some braking, so you're really getting through it with brake lights. But and no matter how much lights you got on your bike, it is dark. The first time I ever went through it, I did put my visor up and my sunglasses on. It was a little bit scary. This time, at least, we're smart enough to run the sunglasses towards the end of your nose, right? So you could at least, and I'm not that blind, so I could at least see. I'm letting this guy pass me. He was being good, so I said, "Come on, man, let's roll." I need to get me one of them. What do you think? Focus, BoDean, focus. Fast forward, one of the rides, I had like a bee in my ear or water in my, who the hell knows, and I'm adjusting my sunglasses, and sure enough, I snapped them off, and I'm like, oh man, that stinks. And so now I had to go to my regular glasses, and it's a little tight in the helmet, and so I ended up ultimately taping the glasses, which was kind of a funny joke. I refused. The guys are like, no, just tape them, they'll be fine. So I went ahead and did that, and they were good. But there are times when it's cloudy out and then rainy, because you can't have the shield up, that the dark shield and the dark glasses are somewhat of a problem. So there's the times that I just think I may just go back to the clear shield. Still, with those minor things, I gotta tell you what, it was one hell of a time it was something special. And hopefully those 3 or 4 things that you learned today of stupid things BoDean 50 did that maybe weren't that big of a deal but could have, maybe that'll have you look at them differently on your next trip, because I know it certainly will mine. Thanks for checking in. I appreciate you guys. Be safe, checking a friend. We'll see you on the next one. Bye bye. Peace.